You feel better. Can't tell if you feel better.
I don't yet.
Why not? Is it because you don't have a big old fat cat digging into your shoulder meat?
I didn't know what you were going to say.
You got a big old fat kitty digging into that shoulder meat. Look at him. Look at him. It's like a toddler sleeping. Oh, fuck you. Digging in. You have no idea how much pain you are causing me. I love you. I love you. I love you. This ain't working. It ain't working. I wish I had a spicy water. I wish I had a Waterloo or a La Croix.
I got Diet Cokes.
I don't need those. I got a whole case at home that has yet to be put in the mini fridge.
Of what?
Waterloos. One day I'm going to come do this. I'm going to bring a brush with me. I'm going to brush these cats.
That would be lovely.
They're due for a brushing.
I have things I'd like to be better.
I can't hear you. What?
I have things that I would like to be better than they are, but they're not that way. So.
Oh, hey, was that like just the most relatable thing to ever come out of your mouth for anyone ever? I got things that I want to be better, but they're not better right now. That should be your slogan if you ever run for office.
It is my slogan.
Hey, vote for me, Jacob B.
Oh.
I got things that I want to be better, but they're not better right now. But maybe, just maybe,
this is also part of why the show needs a producer.
yeah, what happened to Joe?
Oh, don't even get me started.
What the fuck happened? He's too busy taking pictures of himself holding a guitar in a high back chair.
I will let you give me a Diet Coke while I open the show. You want to just hand me one of those?
I just got set.
You want me to get up and not open the show because I'm going to get myself a Diet Coke when I need to open the show? What are you? I mean, you're acting like you're the talent here. Whose name is on the show?
I don't know. Everyone tells me that's better now that I'm on.
That's what I keep telling everybody. And I want you to be on when I have guests. What are you doing Friday? I got to wait 20 minutes to open that.
That's a good question.
Welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We are live. I almost completely abandoned the operation and didn't go live because we had nothing but trouble. Turns out Facebook thinks I knew a password that I didn't have any evidence of, but they make me change it so much. It's usually... never mind. Never mind. We resolved it. I thought it was going to take like a whole... I mean, this just looks like shit in here.
Is it because you're using Facebook?
Well, right now, everything... No. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with... Because we are streaming live on X and Instagram and Twitch and YouTube. And we post clips in all of those places. The clips are doing really great.
Have you established a link tree?
I use Linktree for stuff.
You don't have one specifically for Jacob V Weekly?
No, would you want to do that?
I mean, I don't know how to do it.
Okay,
I
so
figured
you're gonna. I see. This is what's crazy. And then what is my hair doing?
Jacob, I am a full-time tradesman. What do you think I have time to make a link tree? I'm a tradesman. I'm a man of the trades.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you up.
Sure. Let's play with them levels. I thought the levels were good. I thought we already talked about this.
Yeah, are they good? No, see, that's too much.
I mean, I'm getting you.
You're getting, but are you getting you?
I'm getting me.
Because me, I'm a little brassy. I'm easy to pay. I'm brassy. We're live on X, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Caddyshack, a couple weeks ago, we raised several $1,000s for Caddyshack at their very own trivia night over there in the Edwardsville at what I believe, it's not the Mud House. It was called the Ink House. Beautiful venue. If you ever want to do something in Edwardsville, I parked right out front, and everyone was great. Really got to get a bigger image of you. People love you. People want to see you.
You know, while you were hosting the trivia for Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois, I was covering for you at Bluewood Brewing.
Well, and we should follow up on that.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go?
It went great. I really was excited to do the third week, but last week I was just so sick.
Well, I ended up being free that week because the program I was supposed to do got rescheduled.
I'm glad, but at the same time, I was very upset. I didn't even work that day. Like, I was so sick. I laid around and did nothing all day. And then I had to pack and get ready because I had to leave Friday morning for a 3-day weekend of filming, but we'll get into that.
I don't even think I understood that you were sick.
Oh, I was sick as shit. I went to an urgent care. And they're like, hey, it's just some virus. You'll get over it. And I was like, cool, here's my copay. Thanks. And then I left. They're like, I mean, well, you're a little bit gunked up. We could do a chest x-ray. And I was like, hey, no. Unless I have actual signs of pneumonia, I do not want a chest x-ray.
You don't want a chest x-ray?
No. So I just took enough cold medicines to kill a rhinoceros, and I went about my life.
Did that help?
Temporarily. I'm better now, but I'm still a little funky.
You look good.
Thanks.
I really don't know where to put you on this.
Wherever you want, bud. That's why I said wherever you want, bud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is better. If I'm over there, and then I can make you like this. See, if you are watching us live, thank you so much. I am a dirty little piglet. There. That makes more sense to me. All righty. Patreon.com/JacobV is the only place to support this show financially. If you ever want the production quality of this show to improve, you will go to patreon.com/JacobV and you will support us there. You get exclusive content from me every week, things you cannot find anywhere, stuff that's in progress, stuff that's left over from days gone by. Mm-hmm. There's like a whole album's worth of instrumental material I've released on Patreon that you can only get on Patreon. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So maybe it just lives there. And I support a lot of other creators on Patreon. If you're not familiar with it, really, it's a really great alternative to whatever platform you're on right now. Let me tell you that for nothing. What else? No Antics has a new song that dropped today, Flames in Post.
Oh, God damn it. I knew I was forgetting something. I was going to listen to that.
Streaming everywhere. It's really, really good. Blinded by Stereo is going to open for Ludacris this summer. Also, talks in the works. We may be featured on a bill headlined by the great and talented Bret Michaels, but I don't have that exact date, place, or time yet. So,
what?
Oh yeah, I just got the call today.
Bret Michaels of Poison?
Poison.
That guy's still alive?
He's still alive. He's also still never been married.
What's the venue? What's the bill?
I can't talk about it because it's not confirmed yet. But somewhere in the greater Midwest region, I may be on a bill at some point this summer opening for Bret Michaels. But I don't know exactly when or where yet. But stay tuned here. Best place to get all my live dates when they become official. I try to put the flyer on jacobv.com/live. And jacobv.com is a great place to find all the stuff that we do and find the lots of different things for the podcast, all the different links and places for stuff there, but also for the live music we do, No Antics gigs, Blinded by Stereo gigs, anything else special I'm doing, I try to put on the website. Websites are good. So you could also have a link tree. Blinded by Stereo plays a lot less often than No Antics, but we seem to be racking up a lot of VIP features. We get to play, you know, in the same zip code on the same day sometimes as some really famous people.
I love No Antics.
No Antics is touring most weekends in March. We're going to be in St. Louis at the Duck Room on Saturday for the Crystal Lady birthday show. Then March 9th, we are in Lawrence, Kansas.
Have you ever been to Lawrence?
I don't think so.
It's a cute little town.
Indianapolis, March 15th. March 16th, Cleveland, Ohio. March 22nd, Madison, Wisconsin. And then the 23rd in Milwaukee. I've always loved Milwaukee.
What you got to do while you're in Milwaukee is you got to try to find those lightning rods, those, like 12-inch long mozzarella sticks that are like this big around.
Mozzarella sticks.
They're called lightning rods, and they're mozzarella sticks that are
long.
They're like 12 inches long, and they're like an inch and a half in diameter, thick. They're girthy, long mozz sticks called lightning rods. Look them up, find them. I literally just want to go to Milwaukee for that. I don't actually want to go for anything else. I hear it's a cool town, but mostly the lightning rods.
Well, good. So if you live in St. Louis, Lawrence, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Madison, Milwaukee, you're going to see me next month. Plan on it. Plan on it, sister. And that flyer with all of those dates is on jacobv.com/live. Oh,
it's a busy month.
The clips are killing the game. I mean, it's almost like we do the podcast just to make the clips at this point. If I run out of clips, I know it's time for an episode. I did an episode last Friday, and the video version came out Saturday because we didn't do it live, with Lucius McQueen, the proprietor of the new Doorstop studio, which used to be Gaslight.
It's a great location.
And is still, we talked about that on the pod last week, is still a home of Rockstar Tacos. So I have a date there Friday night to have some tacos and plan some projects with Lucius. And then I think I'm going to do a pod that evening with at least some of the people from No Antics to talk about some of the stuff we have coming up. So
I actually used to go to the Gaslight somewhat regularly because I really liked one of the bartenders. His name was Tim. And I would just go in and hang out.
That's what I talked about that because I remember going there when I was already drunk a couple times, and it must have been to meet you.
It was always a kind of thing where it's like you stop in and you don't have to see anybody, and there might be like one interesting character in the corner, and then there was Tim, and I was like, "Hey, Tim, what's up?" And then other than that, it was like, I don't know why I'm here. It was just kind of. It was also like right there off 44.
Well, and it's different now. I think Rockstar Tacos used to just be the window, and you would get tacos from them, and the bar was the Gaslight Lounge, but now the whole Gaslight Lounge is Rockstar Tacos.
So did they, when I used to go in there and I got, the left side of the establishment was a barbecue joint and then the right side was the Gaslight still. And, but the thing is the people from the barbecue joint would get food and then come sit in the Gaslight and then not order drinks. I remember that being a problem.
That was a problem. But now it's Rockstar Tacos has that whole space. And then you could look out the window and see the Rockstar Tacos, but there's a curtain over it. And then the studio in the back is still the studio in the back, like you may know if you've ever been there.
Well, it looks like I like what you did. I like what you did. I like the look.
Shot that on my phone.
Yeah, that's great.
I just got a tripod.
I liked the couches. I liked the black and then like the light brown kind of thing. I liked the whole aesthetic.
Well, and it's really well lit. Lighting down here sucks, and you know, I mean, I started the podcast down here when it was the pandemonium, and I had to do something from here.
I mean, lighting is everything.
And if really this new space that Lucius is running, it makes me want to do any of that stuff I would do, just tack on the fee to do it there because it's super cost effective for me to use as a space professionally, and it's just nicer to go to a place and then I can leave that place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, you don't want to bring it home with you.
Well, and I don't mind, but we're talking about doing a more in-depth project that I've been thinking about to start sneaking out on the Patreon. Little clips from what I'm hoping to do as a documentary series about some crazy people that I meet here in St. Louis. A lot of them are in music, a lot of them are not. But having a professional space to meet them at and not having to bring crazy people to my home sounds a lot more fun to me.
It sounds safer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
And because St. Louis has, like any city, especially with the lineage and the history, a lot of really interesting people, but they're not always the people you want to bring to your house, especially in the murder capital of the world. But they do have stories and sometimes even music to share. And so we're going to be having a power meeting about some of that Friday, and then we may go live, now that I know my Facebook password, Friday night from Doorstop again. So stay tuned for that. I'm trying to get to 50 episodes a year is the goal.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard to get up there. And how many clips is that? What's 50 times 30? 5 times 3 is 15. 50 times 30 be 1,500 clips a year?
I got to ask you a question about the clips, though. How do you get the clips?
I have an AI robot that makes them.
Okay, does the AI robot know that sometimes they're generating clips from the content that are moments in the podcast that
aren't originally in that sequence?
Well, no, it's just like it's almost like it makes clips for in between spots. So sometimes you'll have a clip, and I'll be, oh yeah, cool, a clip, and it'll be like a transitional period from one topic to the next. It won't actually be about any topics.
I think some people want it to do that, so it draws them into the full episode. I don't try to do that on purpose, but the only reason we have clips is because I do as little work as possible on them. Because I have to do the show. I have to produce this whole show. All this luxury you see here before you.
Yeah, you just need to find
I had to remember my Facebook password.
You just need to find a volunteer producer.
Oh, a volunteer. In this economy?
You know, what's funny is that when it comes to something that's driven purely by passion and there's very little money involved, it's very easy to find another passionate individual who would be willing to produce for no salary. Yeah. I don't know, just because they like you and they support what you do.
Yeah. Like who?
Just like it's like almost like an unpaid intern situation, but like less oppressive.
Are you saying we should do a casting call right now?
I'm saying that if anyone wants to submit applications to your website or something, or your email.
We have an email for the show, jacobvweekly@gmail.com. Yeah. You know, we have that as an option. And if you want to, and you know what? Anybody that wants to come work on the show, if you can make the show some money, I will give you a handsome percentage of the money you make the show. Absolutely.
You should probably offer them a majority percentage, like a 60-40 thing.
I mean, if you can get us, let's use the royal us. If you can get us as a show a large sum of money from maybe somebody like a Lion's Choice, then I will let you keep most of it.
A friend of mine just recently started working corporate for Lion's Choice.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Not shitting you.
Who? Don't tell me their name, but should we call him?
Todd.
Who?
I don't have to say their full name. Todd.
Todd?
Yeah.
Works corporate at Lion's Choice?
Officially.
But he's not in marketing.
No, he's in accounting.
Let's not dox everybody.
I didn't say his full name.
Okay, but you said his first name, what he does, and where he works.
Okay, but also his first name is not his first name. It's actually his middle name. So the people that know him professionally.
Great, now we're just narrowing it down.
Okay, but then they still have to know the first and last name. So, but you know him affectionately as Todd.
Todd.
Yeah.
Handsome.
Sure.
Regal. One baby?
Two
babies. That's why I asked.
The second baby just turned one.
Oh, praise God.
Yeah.
Praise be to the Lord.
Yep.
For that, I'm still playing with the screen over here.
That was wonderful.
I'm not even sold. If you are a competitor of Streamlabs and you want to get rid of this malarkey I'm dealing with, everything's fine. But we are on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. I really like the numbers on the YouTube Shorts. The YouTube Shorts have been really great for the channel where this show lives. And so, you know, everything is good, but no matter TikTok, of course, no matter what your vibe, definitely do some of that. See, some of these are better than others. My favorite clip was when I started off talking about Gregory FX Daily. The one time, I think he might have retired actually, though. The treasurer or whatever, he was the collector of revenue for a long time. And I said he looked like if Bill Maher had a brother that sucked, but I have to pay him $65 so I can get stabbed in the neck on the Metrolink. What are you looking at over there? I'm talking to you.
Yeah, mom texted me to say she's watching.
Right, she commented. She says she remembers maybe the gaslight is what she's talking about. Did you take Mother to gaslight?
No, gosh, no, I wouldn't.
How would Mother know gaslight?
You know, she likes to wander.
She does.
Sometimes she'll get a wild hair and she'll just start wandering.
I don't like that term.
I'm sorry.
I mean, why do people gotta say gross shit?
I don't know. I just like when she says, like, oh, we went to check out this one place. I loved when we went to go get lunch, and it turned into day drinking, and we ended up taking her
She's good for that.
We ended up taking her and Donnie to Bob's on Morganford.
Oh, yeah.
And my good friend Josh was playing an acoustic set, and Donnie was captivated.
Was that Josh from, don't tell me, the fucking Jackals?
Yeah, Brother Lee. Yeah.
Brother Lee and the Leather Jackals.
Yeah, Josh Eaker. Yeah. Real great dude.
Shout out.
Super nice guy.
Handsome, gifted.
Mm-hmm. Very talented, very kind. And he was just, he captivated Donnie. Donnie was captivated by Josh. And
Really?
it was good. And my
Well, that's
mother,
hard to do.
And my mother was drunk at that point, and the bartender was this big fella. Loved her energy. And so sometimes it's nice just to bring our delightful mother into different environments and see how she thrives. Well, she's always been good at thriving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a thriver.
Mm-hmm.
She's thriving right now.
Mm-hmm.
She had a salad for dinner. We talked about salad.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying Chick-fil-A has a good Cobb salad, and I said I wouldn't know. I said sewer rat may taste like pumpkin pie, but I wouldn't know.
I don't know what it is, but a Cobb salad is one of those things I put in the same wheelhouse as just kind of like Braunschweiger. Just like weird things that you don't really think about until someone brings it up.
I think it's pronounced Schweiger.
You never wake up and you go, you know what I want to get today? A good Cobb salad. You never say that.
Oh, that's not true. That's exactly what I said to Mother.
Oh.
I love Cobb salad.
Is it the ham?
It's that it's chopped, I think.
So you like chopped salad?
I love a chopped salad. Because I had a lovely Greek salad for dinner this evening. I just got from the Schnucks, not a sponsor.
Was it just a regular salad but it had feta in it?
No. I mean, it had a Greek dressing, Kalamata olives, and red onion. And
I love a good Kalamata.
like the things you would expect in a proper Greek salad. It was
Pimentos?
lovely, but it was whole like arugula or something.
Did it have pimento?
Really
Was there pimento in it? Just a little bit,
Yeah,
little
a
flex?
pimento.
Because the red really makes it pop.
Well, and I like a pickled anything.
I love a good pickled anything.
Mm-hmm. When something's pickled.
One time I had pickled watermelon rind, and it was like candy. It was delicious.
The Instagram live is weird because I think I have to click it so many times. I think we may have just now went live on Instagram. But they'll catch it.
This is why you need a producer.
This is what I'm saying.
It's distracting you from
But
your
also,
own
a big
podcast.
problem was the synchronicity of the logins thing. All that, I did like 30 minutes of login cleanup before you got here, and
then 20 minutes after I got here.
Yeah, some of that. So, yeah, about an hour of login cleanup, and we are dialed in, sister. Don't worry about me. I'm going to leave Instagram.
Don't you worry
again.
about a thing.
Do you know what I watched happen this morning?
What's that?
I watched a man in a line of street sweeper vehicles. You're familiar with a street sweeper.
Mm-hmm.
He flipped it.
How'd he do that? I saw your picture on Facebook.
So I was traveling behind a car that was traveling behind him, and he was traveling behind at least one other street sweeper, maybe two. And what I'm assuming happened is he took that left around that roundabout in Forest Park in front of the Jewel Box just a little too hard, and I think he started to rock this way, and then when he overcorrected to come back the right way,
he had the momentum.
He had the momentum to completely topple it because he fell leftward.
This is why I don't trust those three-wheeled motorcycles, those motor trikes.
What do you call that? It's like I saw one of these on Lucas and Hunt the other day because I'm really from St. Louis and I'm about some shit and I drive on Lucas and Hunt every day. I'll kill your whole family.
The motor trike?
It's a tricycle. It's like a sports. It's like a divorced racing dad's tricycle.
So they have the one with the two wheels in the back, and then they also have the ones with the two wheels in the front.
The two wheels in the front is the one that I really feel like looks like you're picking your 8-year-old up for a visitation.
Well, the one with the two wheels in the front is if you take a sharp enough turn, that back end's going to roll.
That's what happened to the street sweeper this morning.
That's it. That's exactly the problem.
And there were some other maintenance guys nearby that, like, from the park that were in a truck that immediately ran over and got the guy out, and nothing seemed compromised on the vehicle itself. But those must be top heavy, and they go kind of quick, and they zip around like they do. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, but it flipped right in front of me.
Well, they got a lot of streets to sweep.
I couldn't even really understand what was happening. I just saw and heard it hit the ground, and I was like, what? We all just stopped, and for the longest time, we were like, what is happening in the world? Where a man can come out here and flip his street sweeper.
Well, accidents happen. I don't know.
And so it got pretty hairy. It had traffic tied up at that thing all morning. And
this was on Forest Park Parkway?
And how effective is the street sweeper?
I don't think it's that effective for the amount of trash that's in the streets. But you know what it does is it gets a lot of the big shit. And that's what needs to get
But does
up.
it suck it up or does it just brush it around?
I think it removes it from the curb, and maybe there's got to be some sort of like receptacle that's underneath, some sort of gathering pod.
You don't know, though.
No, this is all theory. But most of the things I talk about on the show are theory.
Theoretical. You're an esoterical guy.
Yeah,
You're
I like to think it, and then I like to say it. And sometimes that all happens all at once.
Sometimes you think it and say it all at once.
Yeah, and then I put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah, I've seen you do that.
I'm good at it.
And that's why we love you.
It's part of my mental disabilities.
It's part of your charm. But you are neurodivergent.
Oh, so much.
I would have told more people that about you earlier if we had that term in the 90s.
Neurodivergent.
Here's my thing, though, about things like that. Like, for example, I really feel like people that don't have anxiety constantly, they are the problem.
Well, I think that if you don't have anxiety today, you might be a sociopath.
Something's wrong with you.
If you lack the anxiety and the depression, then yeah, there's probably some sort of lack of a certain chemical response in your brain that then might make you capable of choking a cat to death or something and then just going about your day. And so I don't trust you. If you lack anxiety, I don't trust you. Now, if you're really good at working with the anxiety and you've gotten so good that a higher than normal baseline is just your thing and you can rock through that, good for you. That just means that you're like more, prepared. But everybody's got the anxieties and the depressions. That was something we got when the internet was invented. It's fine. That's where I'm at. Or am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong in the chat. I'm okay with it.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all. In fact, I don't think you've ever been more right. Can you keep talking?
What do you want me to talk about?
What you were just talking about. Have you ever driven a street sweeper?
I wasn't talking about the street sweeper, but no, I have not driven a street sweeper, no. I've driven a bobcat. I've driven one of those rolling skyjack like scissor lift things. Those are fun to drive. What am I supposed to do when you leave the room and we don't really have a thing that I can riff on, and then we're just stuck in this? This is how you lose viewers right here, is that you leave me here with two big fat cats and not much to go with. I think that the rolling of a...
There were a couple things I wanted to do before we went live, and when we went live, I didn't know if it was going to work or not, so I just wasn't certain.
I think that the rolling of a street sweeper is probably more common than you think it is.
You think they flip them a lot? As easy as he flipped this one?
I think that it happens enough that I'm not bothered by the fact that it happened. It's kind of like... what was more interesting was like when that freeze happened a while back and that fire truck went spinning through that subdivision and almost hit that house.
You know how many times I saw that day? That was local too, but I think that went viral.
I mean, that was pretty crazy.
On a national sense. Yeah, so it was super icy and there was a fire truck and then it just started spinning like unnaturally the way you would see a full-size fire truck.
And it hit a car, and if it hadn't hit that car, it wouldn't have bounced enough that it would have hit that house. It almost hit that house. And people here probably, have seen that video, and that's pretty crazy. I'm just glad no one got hurt.
You hear that?
You know how much weight goes into a fire truck?
You hear that?
What is it?
Rosuvastatin.
What does that mean?
For my cholesterol.
You're on statins now?
Well, apparently they want me to try one.
Huh.
Mark's on one, too. I'm going to go vegan.
Everyone's on statins. Atorvastatin.
Everyone's on statins?
Well, I mean, at a certain age...
I'm only 33.
Well, Jacob, when you think about the food that is provided in this society, it's
this is what aggravates me. I had a lovely salad.
If you don't exercise enough, you're going to build up cholesterol.
Exercise gets rid of cholesterol?
Yes.
How?
It increases your cardiovascular strength. It helps you to break down that buildup before it becomes a problem where it's big enough that it could cause something like a stroke.
But how does it get the cholesterol out of my body?
It doesn't let it build up.
But how do I get it out?
You have to start exercising.
But how does the exercise get the cholesterol out of my body?
I remember studying statins when I was in paramedic school, and I remember being able to pass the quizzes and the tests. But I honestly can't remember what they do now.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken, I think that a statin.
This is not a pop quiz.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that a statin prevents the buildup of the plaque from cholesterol in your arteries, so that you don't have the cholesterol stroke or something like that. Other than that, I can't remember shit. All I know is a statin is for cholesterol, and you shouldn't be on a statin in your 30s.
Well, I think genetically I'm probably predisposed to high cholesterol.
We are so fucked genetically, I understand that. Yes.
And I've lost 70 pounds, and I'm doing a really great
I love that
with that, and I've really changed my diet, my relationship with food, and I really enjoy fresh produce. This is what I was saying.
And Greek salads.
Well, any time in any case where I can have something with some fresh produce on it, I feel like that's better. Because if I'm just going to eat junk food, I might as well just eat the junk food that can live in my pantry and not really involve any meal planning, like Velveeta shells and cheese or a Filet-O-Fish. But like those are equal junk, I think. But I quit eating fries. Like
I do love a random
places.
Yeah,
like,
fries will get you.
I ate millions of calories of fries in my day.
I do love a nice just box of shells and cheese when I'm by myself and I want to feel gross.
If I can get in and out on one box, I'm happy.
In and out like the fast food chain?
No. I mean, if I can just eat one box of shells and cheese.
Yeah. But they're so good. Sometimes you eat a whole box of shells and cheese and you're like, damn it, I wish I had another half a box. But you can't just make half a box. You got to have the whole thing. And no one just no one stores shells and cheese for later. No one puts it in a Tupperware and puts it in the fridge.
I really wish you could be in charge of all this stuff.
Jacob, do you understand how busy I am?
No, I mean, when we do this, like if we set this up,
I haven't had, other than being like so sick that I had to miss work, I haven't had a day off in like 2 weeks.
My God. Who did that to you?
Myself.
How'd you do that to yourself?
Well, I worked full time, and then I came and fixed the shit in your bathroom and did some other side stuff.
Can I tell you how?
Weekend before last, and then I worked again. And then this last weekend, I worked 10-hour days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We were filming a short movie that a good friend of mine wrote, and we decided to shoot it last weekend.
Is that something you could talk about, or should you not?
No, I could definitely talk about it.
What's it even for?
It was wonderful. So, as you know, I was in that little short that we submitted to that brewery,
and I love that.
And
I really want to make.
We got first place. That was great.
But
so, my friend Braden, who I worked with at Olive and Oak, he loves writing, and he decided to start writing his own scripts, and he wrote his own screenplay. And then I did a reading with him for that, and he had some people that we all worked with to do a reading, and that was really fun. And he liked working with me, and we're good friends now. And he wrote, I gave him an idea for a horror short, and then he put his own spin on it and wrote a script, and I volunteered to star in it along with like 5 other people, and we all went out to a house in Jerseyville, Illinois this last weekend, and filmed for 30 hours.
We always wanted to do that.
I'm hoping I didn't lose my mic here.
No, you're good. We always wanted to do that.
Oh, it was super fun, and it was really great to try something new, and I really committed myself to it. I'm not an actor in any way. I definitely don't have any training, but I just really went for it, and I had a great time. And
Does he need my help?
A lot of anxiety in that, huh?
Does your friend need my help with anything?
With what?
Production or
the pre-production and the production and all of that, it all happened.
Good.
And now all he has to do is the editing process.
Does
and
he
then
want to
we'll
make a
see
music video?
I don't know if he has any interest in a music video.
We should have him on the show.
We should.
Let's do it.
He's a really nice guy.
What's he doing right now?
Probably working. He works evenings. Still works at a restaurant, so that's a thing there. But yeah, no, and then also Danielle and I have become really close with him and his wife. We actually have movie nights like once a month, and we'd have a really good time with them. But yeah, no, I'm sure he'd love to talk about his writing.
Is he more of a writer, or does he like directing?
He's inexperienced with directing, but luckily someone that was in the cast for the short that we did this last weekend is very experienced. Like I think they do a lot of directing with like commercials and such. And so they got to apply their knowledge to help him, and so it became sort of like a 2-person thing. Like I guess you could consider them. They were also assistant directing, but really helped him out with lighting and angles and what's going to happen here, and taking care of dead space and shots and things like that. And it was really cool to watch that all happen. I'm sure that they're very grateful for the help, and it made it all so efficient. That even though it took us 30 hours and this thing's only going to be like 12 to 15 minutes long, it was really amazing.
So we don't know yet when we get to see it.
No, I'm hoping that
How
he'll be
much
done.
footage do you think you shot in time?
I'm not sure. I know we tried to do as little takes as possible per shot, but it was amazing, and it was also surprising how much time would go into one scene. I think there were only like 13 or 14 scenes, and technically, or at least as listed, and then yeah, it was a whole thing. But I'm very excited about it. It was a fun time. It was a good experience, and I'd like to do it more. And I think the goal is to make something of quality to submit to the St. Louis Filmmaker Showcase, which we went to one last year for horror, which is a genre that's, you know, what he's really going for. And some of those shorts, you know, were spanning from 2 minutes to 25 minutes, and they were all really great.
Antics has six completely independently produced music videos. We had a guy shoot the first one for us. Molly has edited them all.
You do have some great music videos.
I help write and kind of direct them all.
One was at our mom's cabin.
And that's probably my favorite one. And that was a real bucket list item for me, was to do basically my own version of Blood Red Summer by Coheed and Cambria.
And you know what? I really got that vibe.
But I felt like ours was better. I went back and watched that to show the guys, and that was like one of my favorite videos when I was a kid, and that song was new, and I was watching music videos every morning before school, you know?
Well, and also the spaghetti box shots for Fembots was really fun.
Okay, so that video just came out 2 weeks ago. Fembots official music video on No Antics YouTube channel. That song is doing really well. That song came out almost a month ago now, and we're trying to do that where we have a single every few weeks, and then the video is on a alternate cycle where it comes out in between singles. So today, Flames and Post by No Antics came out. 2 weeks ago, the video for Fembots came out, and about a month ago, Fembots the single came out. And Fembots the single was the one where we went to the Get Down and recorded a bunch of our friends singing along with the chorus, and they're on the track. And then we have multi-tracks of our big off-Broadway show we did just recently. They're opening for Honey for their farewell album release extravaganza. It was a great show, and there were people singing in the audience with us.
Mother wants us to know that she is not on a statin.
Well, that's not the genetics I was talking about, Carrie Kathleen. God! I am fighting for my life in here!
It is nice to know, though, with our family medical history, that she doesn't have to be on a statin. Which is a nice thing.
Oh, good. I'll ask her for new veins or what do I even need? Here's the thing. You're telling me how to keep the cholesterol from getting high. I need to get the cholesterol out of my body.
Yeah, so when I had high cholesterol in my mid to late 20s, because I wasn't taking care of myself and I was working and going to paramedic school and just eating like shit and blah, 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 blah. I got told I had high cholesterol, and what I needed to do was just go on more walks. Literally, that was it. They were like, hey, just go on.
Is your cholesterol high now?
No.
You don't know?
I don't know, but I also have been told that everything else that was wrong with me at the time is better. Like, my blood pressure's better.
My blood pressure's really good.
Mine was bad for a good minute, and it was like I was pre-hypertensive. And then I just started taking care of myself, and it got better.
Can I take this at night when I take everything else?
Does it say that on the bottle?
It just says every day.
Okay, so then take it in the morning. Take it at night. Who fucking cares? Take it whenever you take your other pills. It's not going to hurt you to take it at night.
What else can I do, though?
Put it up your butt. I don't know.
No, I mean for the cholesterol.
Your claws in my shoulder aren't helping. I love you.
Walk more?
I want to hang out with you.
I should just walk more.
Yeah. Like, imagine if you maybe found yourself in a situation where you started taking your dogs on walks.
I really wish I could force myself to take the time to walk Piglet every day.
Yeah, she needs to lose some weight.
She's
plump.
She's a little chubby, but also she's just the most understimulated.
Yes.
Of all the dogs. The boys, Oswald, sometimes I don't know if he moves all day when we're gone. He completely disassociates and he doesn't want to even exist when his mother is not home. And Lewis used to be by himself all the time before we had them. And so when he can...
But he was in better shape, I feel like, when he was just him.
He's pretty skinny right now.
Is he?
Yeah. He was real fat there for a minute, and I measure their food and stuff now. But also, he gets a lot more exercise playing with his siblings.
That is true.
But he's getting old.
That and protecting his home. He's really.
Oh my
protective of
God,
his
that's
home.
the thing. His anxiety, but he is so much more at peace, and it's kept him so much younger having the younger siblings. But they don't really seem. The boys don't seem understimulated in the way that Piglet does. Like Piglet doesn't get to have enough independence because. It's dangerous. You remember when she was a puppy, she chewed a power cord in half. And I mean, I'm just grateful to God she wasn't electrocuted the night before my wedding because that would have really soured the mood.
Oh yeah, that would have been rough. We wouldn't have known what to do.
I need to get a camera zoomed in on you specifically for the cats. Like I need to, remember that time we got cameras. Here's the thing. It's really just, it's not a big deal. I'm just like, having had the production experience I had at Doorstop Studio, you could find them in our last episode we linked.
My problem is if we ever start doing this at a different place, how am I going to get this one-on-one time with these big fat babies?
Well, this is the thing, too. I think it's a good opportunity for me to get caught up on episodes if you and me do this one here, and then I do guests there.
Okay. I'm cool with that. But also, I wouldn't mind being at the ones at the studio. It seems like a really nice space.
We should do both, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love this.
At what point does my being on this podcast consistently force you to maybe rebrand and change the name?
What do you want to do? My wife was just talking to me about this.
About what?
About focusing what's the,
I mean, Jacob V Weekly is great.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to be on here pretty much full time, I think I got to be in there somewhere. Put me in.
We could just call it Weekly.
No. Jesus.
Oh, I love that name.
Weekly?
Weekly.
Weekly?
Yeah, Weekly.
That's so bland. There's no character added to that. It's just a word.
What do you want to call it?
I don't know. Like what that you would just might as well just call it podcast at that point.
Well, some people are into that.
Hi everyone, welcome to podcast.
Our tattoo artist drinks those meal replacement shakes called Soylent.
Oh yeah, Soylent was a big deal.
And it's real minimalist like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's part of my branding with the music too, which is, is that a lot of my songs are single words.
Mm-hmm.
Like the name of them, and like a lot of the albums are all single word titles.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just brainstorm someday. Just put a bunch out there.
Well, I'm
you know what?
Suggestions.
You know what you really could do?
It's the people's show.
You could create a poll about rebranding Jacob V Weekly if you wanted
to. The audience doesn't want to be in charge of that.
But if you create a poll, and then you offer your Patreon subscribers 2 votes instead of 1, you might be able to form something. And that also provides the incentive to have more leeway.
What if we made it a Patreon poll, Patreon exclusive poll? That could really drive numbers to the page.
I'm listening to a different podcast now that just started a new season. Well, I listen to multiple podcasts. If you aren't, then you're stupid. But they just came out with a new season, and they also just changed the tier system of their Patreon, and there are certain benefits to each tier system of their Patreon. Sure. And so they basically talk about movies, but so they have their second tier, I believe, offers the option to mail in or email in suggestions for future episodes, and you can only access that if you're the second or third tier. But the first tier, gets all the content and everything, but doesn't have really as much say. And it's like, hey, that's not a bad idea. And then also from the professional standpoint, it gives a little bit more incentive for people to invest more into the Patreon. It's an idea.
I'm just looking at some of the content on our Patreon here, and because that's the thing. What I'd really want to do with you is, have a version of the show that's just you and me full time. And then if that means that that's a tier on the Patreon, or if that means that that's the main show and then the Patreon is extra, I don't know. We're figuring it out live.
Yeah, it could just be a sub pod, it's just its own thing.
Yeah, I really want to do though, like one-off like interviews and stuff that I could do on the Patreon in a way that's just not as messy.
I mean, there's a good way to
Hosting
organize
somebody-
things. Like, I don't really belong in your podcasts with bands or anyone that you work with musically because I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, but people really love the episodes with you, which is funny because people are like, wait, like what? We don't really want to hear stuff that you think is cool.
I mean, we also just
wanna
we never
hear-
really talk about anything. We just
Well-
kind of bounce around and then it's an hour.
Well, we bounce. Oh, we're bouncing.
We bounce.
But no, we talk about all kinds of stuff.
Mother says Jacob V and Bug Weekly. No.
V and the bug in the morning.
No.
We should do this at 5 a.m.
I mean, but you could make it something interesting and then pull some good art from
That's
that.
so crazy.
Simple
what does that
concept.
mean? That's not specific feedback.
If you want to keep it minimalist,
make it interesting?
what about JVCV? No, I hate it. Now that I said it out loud.
It sounds like a shopping network. Quick Trip, not a sponsor. Everything I do is red. Quick Trip and Lion's Choice and Schnucks.
You're a big red guy. Your pants are red right now.
I'm wearing red pants.
You got some red. You got a lot of red going on.
I'm not going to show them because I'm wearing a navy blue T-shirt.
I want to show you
because it was an undershirt. I had an orange shirt on. I looked a mess today.
I have to find the image of this, but there's a new line of there's a new logo basically that Lion's Choice is starting to do, and they made backpacks. It's the first part of this merchandise with this new logo, and
See?
you would love this so much. I'm gonna airdrop this to you.
You're airdropping it to me now?
I'm gonna airdrop this thing to you.
Where are you sending it?
Oh, well, I'd like to airdrop it to you. There you are. I'm airdropping you this image. It's this backpack, and it's
to
this
my
Lion's Choice logo, and it's just got this little gold chain underneath it. It's a little lion. It's a little LC bling.
Oh, STL.
You see it?
That's lovely. That's a backpack?
It's a little cross shoulder.
Those are for sale somewhere?
No. But we got a couple specifically because my good friend works corporate for Lion's Choice now.
So can you tell Lion's Choice to put some money in one of those bags and send it to Jacob V Weekly?
Well,
is that what this is? You're holding Lion's Choice hostage from me.
I got an in, and I'm using it against you. Yes, but if
because you want your name on the show?
No, if they ever make T-shirts or hoodies or anything, I'll let you know. I'll get you a big old hoodie or a T-shirt. I swear to God.
I want a sponsorship for the show.
I don't know how to make that happen.
I just explained. Tell them to put some money in one of those bags, and we'll shill for beef for the rest of our lives.
I wouldn't mind shilling for beef.
I ate beef today. I'm not even asking for free beef. But if they counter with free beef, you can take free beef. Go in. Listen, if I could get 120K cash up front, really nice. However, if they're uncomfortable with that because the price of beef,
I don't know.
Let's go free beef. And we'll eat beef on the show.
I don't know if we
do the
produce.
show.
I don't know if we produce the quality of content that they would like in order to warrant them
was my
providing
wife's
$120,000 of.
My wife
content,
was concerned about that exact issue
of investment in this.
My wife
production.
did say that.
I mean, would it be really cool for a sponsor, a local sponsor, to provide us with the necessary funds to maybe have a space for this? Sure, but we're making it happen. You know, we've come a long way since we
that's the
started
thing,
this.
because I've been
you started
insisting
this.
on compensating Lucius for the studio time that we're using, even though we're using it in a capacity that is promotional of it. Maybe it certainly wasn't like an agreed upon thing. It's just like it's a new investment for them. It's a new opportunity for all of us. So, and people love the look of the last episode. So I'm totally open to that. And again, there's lots of content I want to shoot there. And it's just, it's so nice that the space isn't going to waste because it's been empty for a minute.
Yeah.
They left some great
They used to do some really cool shit there.
Yeah. And I played there a couple times. It was fun.
A friend of mine had a wedding there.
It's a great
in the back
vibe.
room.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens with that. I got a thing in my brain, and I got to get it out of my head because I want to hear what you think about it. I recently heard someone refer to DJ Khaled as this generation's Steven Seagal, and I can't stop thinking about it.
That reminds me of something the late, great Bob Reuter said on the radio one day. I was driving home from school, and it was 3 o'clock on a Friday, and Bob Reuter was on KDHX. Hold on! Stop!
Sorry, what?
I have to give it credit to where it's due, because it's not necessarily an appropriate thing to say.
Sure, the late, great Bob Ryder.
And he said, if Lady Gaga is Bob Dylan, then Kim Kardashian is Martin Luther King. And so when you say DJ Khaled is this generation's Steven Seagal,
I didn't say it. Someone else did. I can't take credit.
No, but that's what I mean.
But thinking about the idea is that this arrogant individual that refers to themselves as some sort of like higher level character individual, but they're so kind of mediocre in so many ways. It's so spot on.
Who?
DJ Khaled is the same quality of individual as Steven Seagal. Little bit less karate.
And here's the thing. I don't normally do this, but I am going to say I do think Steven Seagal is probably more talented than DJ Khaled.
Ooh, I don't know.
I love DJ Khaled. I love his music, even if it's just him screaming on it. And you can tell me he made the beat, and maybe that's impressive. I've never seen him interacting with hardware in a studio on any of his content. He's mostly in his living room ordering papaya.
Have you seen Steven Seagal do the karate thing?
I like it, though, because he's out there doing it. I haven't seen
Is he
DJ
out there
Khaled
doing
perform a song.
Have you heard Steven Seagal's guitar solos?
I like that song where he's singing about Pooh Nanny.
I was just about to talk about that. Was
I
it a reggae?
don't like
was it a
to
reggae
say that
song?
word. It was a mix of styles that none of which were
like
authentic to
reggaeton.
him genetically.
It was like reggaeton funk, and it was about tasty punani or something like that. It was horrible.
I don't know that we should keep saying it.
You're right, but this just keeps reminding me of. Did you watch the Hot Ones with DJ Khaled, where he couldn't handle like
the first one,
which was like Louisiana hot or something, the one they have on the table at like every fucking place that might have hot sauce. And he's like, but he's like, listen, I'm not a quitter, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this, but I'm not a quitter. And Sean Evans, the host, just kept saying, but by not continuing, you are quitting.
Yeah, he has a song I think that's called "Me Want the Punani."
Hate that.
And it's on his album Songs from the Crystal Cave.
I hate that too.
He's got a beautiful collection of guitars. He's really invested in some historical pieces. And don't you tell me that he was not a warm shadow in a doorway when we were children. Knowing that Steven Seagal was on TV made it easy for me to feel like, oh, I'm safe. I can go to bed because that man with that wig is pretending to murder people in ridiculous scenarios.
Some people just shouldn't be doing things.
He screwed a 45 caliber handgun into a 2-liter bottle of 7-Up and shot a man with it. And no one knew about it.
In a movie. He also had razor blades and a credit card. I remember.
He had a credit card that was razor blades.
But there's some things that okay, but that was in movies, and that was in action, like low budget action movies.
Remember when he made Marlon Wayans eat the deer penis?
Yes, I do.
It was powdered.
Why did we watch that movie? It doesn't matter.
That movie was a masterpiece.
But
Are you
some
kidding?
people, even if they've been doing it for a long time and are like really well known for doing these things, sometimes they just shouldn't do things.
Was that
Did
the
you know that
Glimmer Man?
Did you know that Smokey Robinson put out an album last year called Gasms?
Gasms. Yeah, I've listened to that single several times.
Gasms.
Giving me gasms.
And it just makes you think, hey, maybe you should just quit. Maybe you should just quit while you're ahead.
Gasms. I don't know why he's still working. Somebody has something on him. Somebody says, you better get out there, Smokey, and make me that money.
Maybe he just wanted. Well, he did do a feature with Anderson .Paak in his last album.
He's done a lot of goofy stuff. I'm glad he still does stuff, but he does enough stuff that some of it is a miss, and he's done it. He's had a miss and a hit in every decade.
That's fair.
Since like the 50s.
That's fair. You know what? I'm going to let that be a thing.
So I don't know what he is, but I know he's also a national treasure.
Are we talking about Smokey Robinson?
And Steven Seagal.
And DJ Khaled?
But Steven Seagal is doing way too much. I wish Steven Seagal was more like DJ Khaled, where he like laid around more and wasn't videoed in public in this century, at least, doing things physically with his body.
Did you see the video that was DJ Khaled recording himself because he went on a jet ski in like the Miami harbor
And he got lost.
and he got lost because it got dark?
I was really worried he was going to die.
At that point, you maybe shouldn't be trying to do a video bio thing while you're on a jet ski at night in Miami harbor.
Well, but wasn't he doing it because he was lost?
Yeah, I guess maybe he was thinking like, oh, if this is the last video of me, it's your boy.
Why wouldn't he call for help?
But just also the whole
How could he go live? Maybe he didn't know the number.
The whole him saying he's a king and doesn't eat pussy thing was weird too.
Oh, well, you don't have to use the exact word he used. Is that what he said?
Yes.
What did he say?
He doesn't go down on his wife because he's a
married?
king. He's a king, and that's and kings don't do that. Is what
Really?
he said. Yeah.
Well,
which is just kind of enough
could have
for
told
me
you
to write
that.
him off.
I could have told you that about him without you telling me that.
It's just it's almost like they're a fictional character. Like they're just as absurd as Borat, but they're real.
And can I say something? I've said this on this show before. I think this oversharing everyone does with everybody over time, all the time, especially on social media, with the things of a sexual nature, that's not normal. I think it really accelerated in the 60s and 70s, and I think by the time we were kids, we never stood a chance. Like, I think it's so traumatic for me to think about, like, people when I was a child interrogating me about my sexuality when I wasn't a sexual creature yet at all because I was a child. You know what I mean? A child? And so it's just so weird that anyone would even want to know that about DJ Khaled and his marriage, and it's impolite.
Oh no, I don't think that information was asked for. I don't think there was like some sort of prompt.
Oh, good, he offered it?
I think he just threw that out there.
That's gross.
I think that he was pretty much just kind of in a normal conversation, and then he was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm a king. I don't eat pussy because I'm a king."
Ugh.
That's something that happened, and I don't think it was asked for, but it was provided.
Mm-hmm. He plays guitar like a king, I'll tell you that. Did you see him with Bob Marley's Memoriam guitar?
No.
Oh my God. It's the best TikTok on earth. He goes to play this guitar that was gifted to him by the Bob Marley estate, and it was like a guitar they sell on TV or something. It's like $200 in a box with like a little
I watched
thing.
a video of him crash a motorcycle in a motorcycle showroom because he wanted just to sit on it.
He revved it?
I guess. It was just him face planting off of the motorcycle.
We need an intern for the show that just puts picture-in-picture ridiculous DJ Khaled clips full-time. Because I could go deep dive right now. I wonder if I could put my document camera on my phone and find some DJ Khaled.
That's what we're lacking. We're lacking that person behind the screen that makes fun sound effects that fit the moment and provides clips that are about what we're talking about. And it could be like, hey, this is Chris, and Chris put this on the screen, and we're going to watch it.
Chris?
Chris is a fictional character.
You have a fictional Chris?
It's a common enough name.
What is this thing called? Hovercam T3. See, this is what's fun about doing this show live, is because
But see, okay, you ever think about this though with what you're doing right now is that you're making a podcast that's going to be streamable on multiple platforms.
Yes.
But then they are forced to listen to technical difficulty issues and lack in.
I don't think we had any complaints last week.
Lapses in the podcast content itself because it's you talking about shit that you're doing while you're playing with the live.
Well, isn't it fun? We've also had some very dramatic points. You notice we still have tons of clips, even when, obviously, in the episode, there's going to be points where you point out other things. I do agree, though. It's something we should shut down as soon as it starts and just say, we're fine. Move forward. We're fine. Move forward. But it's also kind of, my thing is, I'm a nerd, too, about the toys. Nobody knows how to fucking work their computers, bro.
Right.
This fucking, my phone is blowing up today of elderly people who need help with computers.
Yeah, and you're kind of turning into that slowly.
No, it's so much fun that I know. I just got this document camera up here so I can show you clips of DJ Khaled being ridiculous. What's his name? How do you spell it? Khaled guitar. I've searched for this before.
Khaled. Khaled.
Yeah. I'm going to turn the sound off.
First part DJ space.
So he's like gets this gift from the Bob Marley estate. Oh no. I ruined it.
What if we just move on?
Yeah.
What if we just move on?
Well, it's so fun though.
It is, but maybe you should tinker with it when we're not on the live and not recording, and then we'll have it more successful next time.
Well, it's under my.
I believe that's called
now.
troubleshooting, and it
It's
should happen
so great,
off
though.
camera.
Yeah,
off recording.
Well, I'll airdrop this to you. He's about to beat this guitar up.
I
an
just
inhumane
don't. I'm scared.
and non-musical way. So I'll just send this over to you. Fans of the show have seen this though. It's a popular thing. What else is going on, brother?
Well, honestly, I just came down from a very busy period, and now I'm kind of
You were
just
on your
back to the normal
period?
thing. No, I came down from a very busy period. What?
Of what? Of growth?
Oh, I had a lot going on.
You
I
know,
don't know.
shout out to you. I swear to you, got to start your own business. So I have something to plug. We could do the whole hashtag and what. I think you're going to be the handy bug.
Yeah, I mean that was nice doing that stuff to your bathroom.
You did a great job. The trim is lovely. My insurance guy was very impressed,
Yeah.
and the Germans who installed the toilet thought
Well,
you did
and we
a great
figured
job.
out what caused that water damage, and it was your leaking toilet, and then you got a new toilet.
Brand new toilet, and I've hated that toilet since I moved in here, and I've wanted to replace it. And did you know you can get a toilet on President's Day for $94?
So, did you show your hatred for that toilet by beating it with a hammer every time you walked in that bathroom? Because it looked like you beat
Is
it
that
with
what
a
it
hammer.
looked like? No, the hammer would be my big fat ass.
Yeah,
Swinging at that bowl.
that's what we call yes. The
That's
hammer.
what we call yes. I probably fell asleep on it when I was still drinking, like right when we moved in here.
That might have been something.
It was, you know.
and also the seal from the tank to the bowl itself breaks like that because you probably would just sit down on it so heavily and rock backwards that it was.
Is this what
pop
you
it
want
off.
us to talk about instead of technical difficulties with the show? You want to talk
Yeah,
about?
I want to talk about your
how-
big fat ass, aka the hammer, breaking toilets.
This is the clip. How to break a toilet.
The hammer, also known
That
as
ain't no hammer, baby. That's my big fat ass.
big fat ass.
Gross. See, I think all that kind of talk truly is impolite. That's really genuinely how I feel about it.
Big fat ass talk.
I don't want to know what DJ Khaled does or does not do in the bedroom.
I mean, here's the thing, though.
I think there's tons of ways to even be funny without having to like be gross.
Are you offended?
And personal? No, I'm noticing a trend though that overall, if you look historically, it just wasn't like this.
So
You don't have to like tell people about your sexuality at all. You don't have to if you don't
but
want to. You
the
really
freedom,
don't even have to bring it
The
up.
freedom to do so has been introduced over the last few years,
And it's new, so it's
because
fun.
You can put because you can put pretty much literally anything and anything on into the spotlight, you know, and that spotlight's there, whether people are looking at it specifically or not. It's there. I see TikToks all the time, and it's someone that's like trying to give life advice about this and that, and it's that kind of love yourself mentality stuff, and that'll happen. And then I'll look, and it'll be like 0 likes, and I'm like, 0 likes. Or maybe it's because this person doesn't really have anything interesting to talk about, but they think that they have some sort of level of power because they created a TikTok account, and that's it. And that just happens. But that spotlight is there, whether or not you're looking at it. And when that's there, people just want to talk, and they just want to talk about whatever's on their mind. And if it's about not eating pussy, fine. If it's about,
you don't have to keep saying.
let me just keep going. I'm just going to keep talking. That was just one of the topics. If it's about, you know, their views on self-love or on relationships or whatever, or their strange opinion on, you know, a certain thing that we all deal with, that's another thing. But I mean, anyone can put anything on the internets now, and it just happens.
Whoa!
Was that it? Was I rambling and you cut me off?
No, I was not. It just that just comes on.
You just gave me the
naturally
walk-off
whenever we
music?
set time. Do you want to keep going?
If you want to, I mean, I also have to go to bed in an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we did the full hour, and so
Did the hour. I hope that we talked enough about stuff.
oh my god, are you kidding? We covered so much.
I feel like we looped around a bit a lot.
We
but-
did like 30 minutes on DJ Khaled.
Yeah, we did like a tight 15.
We did a whole
Yeah.
tight 15 on DJ Khaled. I'm gonna have 20 clips about DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled is Steven Seagal.
I do hope to have more information for you in the future on the other stuff I was doing. But that short film thing, I'm very, very excited about that. I wish we had
That's
talked
going to be
about that
great.
more,
Stay
but it's
tuned
okay.
for news on that, guys, because we'll promote it on the Patreon and stuff like as we get details about where to see it or what.
Yeah, it's starting the editing process. So we'll see what happens with that. But
That
other
could be a
than
matter of
that,
weeks if they have a full script to Adderall.
it might be over a month. But also, I'm going to talk to my good friend, maybe about coming on your podcast. I have other friends that were interested in coming on this podcast that I can talk to as well. If you want to have more guests,
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Great. We don't have to talk about that right now.
no, just local artists and things like that. You go ahead, do your plugs.
JacobV.com, Patreon.com/JacobV. No Antics on tour in March. Blinded by Stereo. Stay tuned. We love you.
Caddyshack,
Caddyshack of New Hamel.
Hamel, Illinois. That's it.
Let's see how that sounds.
That's pretty all right, huh?